Hey guys, Ray and Andrew here with REH CPA. Ray, we talk with a lot of small business owners every day and we get asked a lot of questions. So today we want to talk about what are the top 4 questions that every small business owner should be asking their CPA.
Yeah, so I think it's a great question. Just kind of narrow it down to those top 4. Of course, we could probably do top 20, right? But let's try to narrow it down to top 4. Probably the first and foremost for a small business owner would be to ask, hey, is my business set up properly? Is the entity correct? Is it, you know, based on your entity structure, it can affect your taxes and it can affect legal issues, things like that. So you always want to talk to your CPA about your entity structure and make sure that's correct. The second question that we get from clients that I think is probably really important to talk to your CPA about whenever you first engage them is, how do I organize my income and expenses to track them, to make sure I'm able to manage my business and also to have everything ready for tax filing, tax compliance, things like that.
Right, because we don't need just one line that says 20,000 expenses.
Correct. We've gotten that before, where it's like, yeah, here's my expenses and it's just one lump sum. So what you really want to do is get some type of an accounting software, right? I mean, of course, if your business is really small, you can keep up with everything in Excel, right? Keep up with your income and expenses categorized by the type of expense it was. But we do recommend to people with a little bit larger businesses to get some kind of bookkeeping software like QuickBooks. There's a bunch of different products out there, and there's also a bunch of services out there that take care of the bookkeeping for you. Here at REH, we do a lot of in-house bookkeeping for our small business clients. So if you're interested in something like that, let us know. But we do recommend some type of an accounting software to track your income and expenses, not only for you to be able to manage your business, but also to be ready whenever tax time comes.
So I guess that leads us into the next question. The third question being like, what can I write off? What is deductible for my business? That's
another really big question. And plus you want to understand that. Talk with your CPA about that so that way, because a lot of businesses are unique, right? And they may have some unique tax deductions that they may not be thinking about. But what we tell people, generally it's anything that's ordinary and necessary to run your business, right? If you're having to incur an expense to run your business, it's probably going to be deductible. But definitely run those things by your CPA, just that way you get a good understanding of what is and isn't deductible. I think that's a really important question to ask as soon as you start a business. Probably the fourth one, right? So we promised 4, right? So probably the fourth one would be understand what your tax compliance is, from a federal level and a state level and a local level, right? So make sure you understand everything that you're going to be responsible for. It's not uncommon for us to get like we start talking to a client and we're asking if they're collecting and remitting sales and use tax, and they're not. And they should be. So you want to understand not only your local tax obligations, your state sales and use tax obligations, your state income tax obligations, and your federal obligations. Should you be making estimated tax payments, things like that. And especially, it's really important for states now, the way the laws have changed over the past couple of years, a lot of people are subject to states that are outside of their current state. If they're selling online, things like that. So you're going to want to understand your multi-state tax liabilities as well. So make sure you talk with your CPA about understanding all of your federal and state tax obligations.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's really good information, Ray. So if you guys, any small business owners out there have questions about, don't even know what questions to ask, we can certainly help, because
those are definitely 4 good ones to start with. Like I said, there's a bunch, but
that's definitely going to get
4 good ones to start with.
That'll get you going down the right direction. So appreciate you guys tuning in with us today. Again, this is Ray and Andrew with REH CPA.
Thanks.